Hello, Aquarius. We're here to do your December romance reading. This is number 18, Tarot Atelier. Welcome. I have been letting this pink crystal energize your cards for your love reading, so we'll now start and shuffle and lay out your spread. I hope everyone's been having wonderful times during these holidays with their family and their children and friends and partners. I hope it's been lovely and enjoying their pets with some time off. Feeding them a little turkey under the table, maybe. All right, Holy Spirit, help us with these cards. Show Aquarians any challenges and what they can do about them, or any gifts sprinkled along the way. Just keep an eye out for them. All right, feels good. All right, and the bottom card is Four of Wands. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful card. All right. Fabulous. Oh, this looks like a beautiful reading. I can already tell. All right, Aquarius. Well, I think this is a really beautiful reading. What I'm seeing from it, I think this is more for singles, but I'll put in here about people that are in committed relationships as well. But as it started out, and the bottom card on the deck was the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, it usually is represents like a happy family life, success, stability, security, laying down roots. So your relationship, if you have one, should be going very well. And this is also a minor arcana card, so it signifies celebrations. So you'll probably be going to lots of parties and ceremonies, maybe even baptisms or all the family get-togethers and so on. So perhaps that's where you're going to be meeting new people or maybe start dating. So, once again, the Four of Wands was discussing the weddings and celebrations as well, too. So that's a big theme, and it is during the holidays, so that makes a lot of sense. All right. Yeah. So then if you're single, the Three of Cups here, it can indicate someone from your past could reappear, too, in your life and may want to date again or start dating. Maybe someone from high school, you see them after you're back from college on the holidays or something. But you'll have an abundance of potential suitors. And if you are in a relationship, it's like you can look forward to becoming engaged even. So this card represents looking forward to happy times and celebrate, in your relationship. So whatever form and shape they're in at this point. And you may find you and your date going to a lot of weddings or engagements. So that will be a lovely thing to do during the holidays. All right, so the next card is the Seven of Pentacles. It's a lovely card, too. And the Seven of Pentacles, and it is reverse. So generally, that's not a great card, but it can represent like a little rough patch or getting bogged down in just the routine of life and maybe not, growing so much in your relationship. Capricorn had this same card too, as well as the Devil card and the Death card. This is very similar, but this one seems more oriented to single people dating. So the Capricorn readings seem more towards a relationship, someone involved in relationships. But they're very aligned, which I find interesting because of the holidays, just the time of year. So that it makes more sense for that. All right, so you both may need to take a little me time and just take a break whenever this card appears. It can also indicate one or the other of you is not putting in very much effort at this time. But once again, like in the Capricorn reading, you could be busy with family or finals, the holidays, gift shopping, so many things going on. So that makes a lot of sense. You can be just focused on work and your finances. You know, we spend a lot of money at this time of year too. So anyway, you know, you may need to rethink some plans and just decide if, you know, you need some time apart just to rest. The holidays can be so busy, so you don't get frustrated. And then you may feel like the love life's not progressing the way you want, but, you know, maybe they're preoccupied too with family and shopping and working and so forth. So, you know, once again, you can just kind of refocus and take, you know, make sure that all the work you're doing for other people, make sure you take a little time just to look at your relationship and see if, you know, you're giving enough energy to it or too much. Anyway, so you can make the holidays a nice time. But I really feel like it's more like you're going to be dating. So you may just be looking at new suitors. All right, then the next card we have is the Devil card. It's a cool card for the Devil card. Anyway, if you're in a relationship, this Devil card, it could be a sign that you or your partner are feeling trapped. It can indicate a loss of freedom brought on by becoming too engrossed in a relationship. I think sometimes people feel that way around the holidays too. Like they feel like all of a sudden they're supposed to get real serious, and they may not feel that way yet. Or one may feel more serious than the other person. So this can happen. You know, one person being too dependent on the other. So you might want to take a step back, you know, and just give some space and make sure that you guys both have the same interests. Anyway, and you know, if one person starts to become a little jealous or dominating, you know, you can just, you know, go back to saying, you know, we're just dating, you know, re-outline the boundaries of your relationship. So they're not feeling too connected when perhaps you're really just at the dating stage. You know, if they're diving in too deep, too fast, just kind of pump the brakes there. I think that's what that's saying. All right, and then our next card we have is this beautiful card, this Queen of Cups. Oops, isn't that gorgeous? So the Queen of Cups, it can indicate a time of caring and fulfillment and emotional security in a relationship. You know, so once again, this goes with this Three of Cups and then getting out and going to holiday events, weddings, whatever, family gatherings, parties, engagements. So it can indicate that you need to open up and be honest about your feelings to get the best outcome out of your relationship. So if you're starting to, you know, think, well, we've been on quite a few dates and you want to get a little serious, it might be time to ease into the talk, so to speak. So, and if you're single, this Queen of Cups, it can indicate that now's a great time to get out there and meet new people. Once again, back to going out to the parties and holidays and engagements. And you may just meet someone out there that will end up being a long-term romance. It could be coming your way. Because this represents a person, she's female or feminine, who will be warm, loving, caring, and affectionate. She'd be a great listener. She has compassion. So it'd be a great person to date. The Queen of Cups, she can also be an indication that you need to consider if this relationship is fulfilling your emotional needs. So if you're just starting to date, you know, you can kind of do your pros and cons list, so forth, and see if they're meeting up to your standards, basically. All right. And then we have the Knight of Wands. It's a very center card. So, and it's upright. And the Knight of Wands, it usually stands for an adult, like 20 to 35 years of age, usually male. doesn't have to be, you know, it can be non-gender, and who is charming, adventurous, energetic, warm, and exciting. A lot of times they're fire signs, like an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And they're often really confident, sort of fearless, and very self-assured. You know how Leos are, and they just come in and own the stage, so forth. He can be really rebellious and brave. He can like be revolutionary. They're generally sexy and warm. Anyway, they can just be fabulous people to meet and date. And then in a love tarot reading, if you're in a relationship with a Knight of Wands, one of these people that I just described, you know, you should be excited about your relationship and proactively putting in the work to make it a success when this card appears, because it really seems like they're on the same page as you are, and it's a very synchronized relationship. All right, and this is a minor arcana card, and it may also indicate that you and your partner need to spend more quality time together, so you can like deepen your connection. Maybe, you know, going to these parties again together, or like I was saying in the Capricorn reading, maybe go to the paint and sip places, or, you know, the art museums, go to fun bistros, breweries, whatever, just have a good time together. So, and then if you're single, this can indicate that you'll meet someone who embodies those qualities I just described of the Knight of Wands. And or you yourself may be displaying some of those characteristics. So, and it may be intriguing to someone that you're meeting during this time. All right, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, another beautiful card. I love that card. I just think it's so pretty. Love these clocks. So when you have this Four of Pentacles, it's not always a really great card in relationships. So it can indicate, you know, you or your partner is becoming jealous or possessive or a little controlling. So you just kind of want to be on the lookout for that. And especially if you're just beginning to date, you can kind of watch and see if they're giving you space to get to know you, or if they're just trying to kind of control you. There's a big difference there. So watch out for that. You know, that's just something to always be careful of when you're getting to know someone. So if you're in a long-term relationship, or if your partner has wronged you in some way, you may need to make a decision to like forgive them and move forward together, or date someone else. You know, there's plenty of fish out there in the sea. There really are. So you might meet someone that's closer to your likes, and you feel more comfortable and more at home with them. It can also really mean that you might have an ex that's just not ready to move on and isn't leaving you alone. So you might have to encourage them to work their way in another direction. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Oh, these beautiful, beautiful cards. All right. So an Ace of Wands, it can represent a new chapter in a relationship. It kind of brings in a new lease of life. Now you can be getting engaged or married, buying or moving, into a new home. You guys can be traveling together, maybe going to Europe. Sometimes it can even be having a baby. This bottom card that we had, and the Three of Cups, all these weddings, engagements, it may just be this dating is real. You're going to meet someone that in the near future is going to lead to these weddings or having a child. It does seem like it's going to be something new, though, that's headed in that direction, as far as this I see in this reading. But this card also, it can represent action and passion and getting fired up to go out and have some fun date nights. And if you're single, the Ace of Wands, it may be telling you to kind of bite the bullet and go for it. And, ask the person out you're interested in. Jump in and, let them know you like them. It'll go really well. This is with this Arcana card in your love reading. So that's a really good push in that direction. All right. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Another gorgeous card. All right. When you have the Eight of Swords in love or romantic reading, it can represent release, freedom, finding solutions and options. So it's almost like you've dated and you're, getting along, and then it's starting to get a little more serious, and, having those times you got to work through some problems, find solutions, and you seem to be doing really well. And everyone seems to be clear-minded about things, and you can face your fears and talk about what truths you both have and really get to know each other on a little deeper level. So I really like that. All right, and then we have the Death card. Isn't that the prettiest death card for a death card? Anyway, so that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad card in this context. It can just signify that you or your partner may be holding on to a relationship, old pattern, like something that you did in another relationship in your past, and you're bringing it into this one, and you just need to really look at it and realize that was issues from the past and not bring it into the new relationship. And it's just growing in your own personal self, but then growing in the relationship too. And both people generally have to do that. They have to see, what old habits or things they brought from their last relationship and kind of clean it up and freshen up the new one. Let the new fresh air in. So that's really what I see for this. And I just think this is a beautiful reading about getting out there and dating, enjoying the holiday season. If you are with someone, and it looks like it's going to go in a really deepening connection. Just a beautiful reading for you, Aquarius. So thank you so much.